and I drink it.
Welcome to Empaths Anonymous,
a space for dreamers, healers, and feelers, navigating the fine line between putting yourself first and holding space for others.
If you struggle with balancing your needs while still supporting your tribe, then you're in the right place.
Welcome to the support group. Hello. It has been a day. It has been a time.
It wasn't a day, and I tell you what.
It's been a month.
I tell you that it has been, I don't even know how many months probably since we've recorded on a weekend.
Yeah.
Let alone even a day that you worked.
At night.
At nighttime. We're in the pitch black dark.
Hello, little feeler babies, and welcome back to Empaths Anonymous Podcast. I'm Christina.
I'm Danny.
And we are here. And that's it.
I have a confession.
What's the confession?
I cut my hair by myself.
Wait, what?
With manicure scissors. I trimmed my hair.
Today?
No.
When?
It was like last week.
You just didn't say anything? Well, I didn't notice, so you didn't do that job.
No, I know, because I didn't do very much. But I got tired because my hair was like all one length. I'm going to remove my headphones. Hold on. So I got tired because I didn't have any like face framing layers. And so I was like, I just want one face framing piece. So I just trimmed this side.
Nice.
The worst part is, though, the scissors that I used. I probably would have been better off using toddler scissors. I used manicure scissors.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Desperate times. Call for desperate tools.
I'm not a very impulsive person, but when I do make impulsive choices, they're those types. And
whatever
we
can
find.
Cut
at an angle too. First of all, the blade on a manicure scissor
is so tiny. You would have been better coming down here and using these scissors.
I know, but then I would have been scared I would get carried away.
I mean, that's
too
fair.
big of a blade.
That is fair.
Yeah, so we are coming to you in the realness right now.
In the realness, I'm coming to you in my Rue Bennett doing drugs sweater, as I call it.
Bless her heart.
Because
she did also detox in that sweater.
She did.
The sweater saw some things.
It's her dad's sweater.
Yeah.
It saw some cancer. You know, it saw some ODs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had no will to put in any effort into my look. So I'm.
Yep. I barely got on a concealer and it doesn't even look like I did. So it's a waste of product and my time. But enough of that. What's in your cup today, sister?
Today, as it's the last week of Black History Month, we got a Black-owned brand, and I went to World Market and I checked to see if they were in the DEIs of it, and they are, at least for now. We have Me and the Bees lemonade.
It's so cute and delicious.
It is very cute. Danny has the berry flavor. I have the passion fruit flavor.
Ooh.
They only had two. I kind of wish that I got us both, but I got to World Market at 7:52 and they closed at 8. And it took me a while to even find them. So I was trying to be courteous of their time. But yeah, it's made by Michaela at Michaela Bees is her Instagram. The Healthy Hive Foundation. Cool. That's who they're sponsored by or who they sponsor. I'm not really sure. But it says, this is the story of me and the bees. To be honest, I didn't always dream of befriending a bunch of honeybees, but 2 bee stings, Great Granny Helen's old family recipe, and a little lemonade stand later, I got curious and got busy learning about bees. They need our help to stay busy, healthy, and productive. That's why I use honey to make lemonade that tastes good and does good. Every sip spreads the buzz, and some of our profits go to organizations working hard to help bees. Okay. Hence the Healthy Hive Foundation. But yeah, we wanted to feature a Black-owned brand, so that is that. And there wasn't a lot of options that weren't sold at the Devil, formerly known as Target. So
Satan indeed.
We
Which
did what
can
we could.
someone? I never had the chance to confirm. Someone help me confirm, or I'll do it later. Did Target apologize? Did they take it back? I take it back.
I feel like you can't take it back once the deed's been done.
I wholeheartedly agree.
They're just mad,
I think they
panicking.
disagree.
They're panicking because their shareholders are pissed.
Right. They're their shareholders are suing them because they're like, bitch, you didn't tell us you were going to do that.
They weren't notified. You can't mess with people's money, honey.
Right. Yeah, all these TikToks of black people going like incognito or like undercover just to make sure no one else is in there is so funny.
So hilarious.
I love them very much. But yeah, it's been devastating. Like I drove past there the other day and then my daughter was like, Target, we go to Target. She's too young for me to tell her the truth. So I'm like, yeah. I couldn't be like, not anymore. You know?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, not for you. So
they not like us.
Yeah.
They not like us.
What's in your cup of life?
Ooh, what a great question. I am still kind of in rest mode, honestly.
Ramping up, you should be.
But I'm doing virtual publicist and podcast management. I have one client currently. I'm having another client start in March, Miss Maddie Murphy, which I'm very, very happy about and excited about.
Snaps.
We talk about her so much.
We do. If y'all didn't know, this is not our podcast. This is Maddie's podcast. No, Maddie has her own podcast and you should definitely listen. It's so good. I love it. She doesn't do every day. She does every Monday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sunday or Monday. She releases the forecast for the week.
It's so good for just like your weekly download.
It is.
She's like, this is what to expect, bitch. And it's not going to be pretty, but it is what it is. And that's what I love about it.
Well, what I love is that she like offers hope and explains that like astrology is never meant to be scary. Like people are always like, ooh, Mercury retrograde. I'm like, okay. Like it's not supposed to be like a scary,
someone put it really
thing.
well the other day. They're just like, if you've studied astrology long enough, you just understand this pattern recognition.
Yeah.
It's supposed to help you not be scared.
Yeah, exactly. It's a tool, just like anything else.
Period.
Yeah, so that's in my life cup. I'm just tootling my little ass along.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm really happy about all of the interviews that we had during Black History Month.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's give up snaps for that.
Yes.
Snaps.
You're here, arrived at the last week. So we've had Sequoia, we've had Danielle, and we've had Shantani.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm really proud of it. I'm proud of the month. I'm proud of what we've done. I'm proud of the conversations that we've had. And I hope that you guys liked it. So we want to know what your favorite one has been so far. But what is in your cup?
Yeah, I'm super thankful. Definitely going into the last week of Black History Month, just feeling really gracious, like having a lot of gratitude. That's saying the same thing, right?
Yeah.
And definitely have been putting a lot of like what we have said we were going to do into practice, and I'm really proud of us for that. Like I've tried really hard not to buy anything, period, that I don't really need, and if I do need it, then I'm taking that extra effort to figure out where I can get it from. That's not these huge companies that don't deserve another cent from my hard-earned money, hard-earned checks. And so I think I shared something on my personal Instagram, which I should share on the Empaths Instagram, just a list of resources of where to buy that's not Target, that's not Amazon,
right?
That's not these huge companies that don't deserve it,
right? That don't care about us,
right? Especially
also,
when you're like in a time crunch and you're like, I kind of do need this thing right now. It's so easy to go back to the convenience of it all. Trust me, it's small wins every day. No one's asking you to be a perfect person. I get sometimes we just need something real quick. Like if my daughter needs pull-ups, I can't have her piss the bed. You know what I mean? Like I have to figure that shit out.
Yeah.
But I did find, so we had an emergency pack that we had to buy, but I did find Black owned pull-ups and they're on their way.
Ooh, love that.
Okay. And I will share the results when I get them in. Yeah.
Awesome. Do you remember the brand for the peoples, for the listeners?
I do not.
Awesome. And I do not.
It's little big ups, but I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Okay. The Happy Hughes Company is Black owned, and their pull-ups are called the Little Big Ups.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Yep.
Sign up.
Sign up and put your email in there. They'll give you 10% off.
Yeah.
We'll link it.
Yeah. We also will link, there is somebody, I forget her name, but she came up with she has been doing this gathering for a long time. Mm-hmm. And she put together a 250-page PDF, and it's organized by category. Yeah. Which is really nice. So if you're like, okay, I need something for skincare, you can just go to the skincare tab. So I really do appreciate that. because I'm really great about planning in life and being organized, but when I need to buy shit, I just need to buy shit. Like, I don't like having to think about it. So that's been my biggest challenge, is having to think about it. Like, I have a lamp that I have not used because I need another connector cord for it, and normally I would just Amazon it.
Right.
But now it's just sitting in the corner of this room being unused because I'm like, I don't have a cord for it. And like, how do I'm not going to take it with me to a store and then, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you could take a picture of like the connection that you need.
That's
and maybe
true.
take it to like one of these little, even local. So it's like, you always have this list of things that you can get done. Obviously the priority being buying black and brown all month, specifically black for Black History Month. And then if that's not an option available to you, for a lot of us, it's not, depending on where we live.
Yeah.
Then you go down to the next best thing. Is it local? Does the local shop support DEI initiatives? Things like that. So
right. Can I borrow? In this case, I can't borrow a cord, but you know what I mean? Like, can I borrow something?
Can I trade? You should try Facebook Marketplace.
I should.
Buy nothing groups.
Yes.
Yeah. So we love that.
Yeah. Trying our best as always. But yeah, I don't really have much to report on things that I've bought because I'm really just trying to not buy anything.
I think we've really kept to the necessities this month, honestly.
Yeah.
Other than having to be in LA, which was in January. So what am I talking about?
That was January, and it was a pre-planned thing.
It was actually a rescheduled thing.
And we already had like the hotel and all of that too, so it wasn't. And we went to mostly like local places. You know, it's not like we were like.
We went to Sip and Sonder, girl.
We did go to Sip and Sonder.
Sip and Sonder.
Yeah, we
Inglewood.
will. We have so much footage to post from that. We're going to recap our whole trip in this, but this is just kind of like our recap of the whole month. Also, we haven't had a solo episode since the beginning of January, so this is just we're just having some chats. We're having a yap kind of vibe.
We wanted to sit back down and be like, look, we got into it. We got into the Q's and the A's. And now we're just going to have a sit and we're going to practice what we preach and we're going to rest and we're going to have a fun little convo. Hopefully not too long of a convo.
Yeah.
And join us. Spots right here in the middle for you. The green velvet couch.
So that's what's in our cup. For EA meeting announcements, we do have an announcement.
We do.
It is I don't know how you guys will feel about it. I feel not up and down about it, but
it's a bittersweet announcement.
Yeah.
I'm kind of there with it.
Yeah. For us, I feel like there's more pros than cons at the moment.
Yes.
But for now, and we're not saying this is going to be forever, but for now, we're switching to a bi-monthly format, which means we're going to be doing every other week. So we will have an episode next week on the 5th, which we're really excited about. But then from the 5th on, it'll be every other week. So after
still
the
on
5th,
Wednesdays.
It'll be the 19th. Yeah, still on Wednesdays. And who knows, maybe in the summertime when we have some more time, we'll have a little bonus episode. We have some other things planned that I don't want to necessarily reveal yet, just in case we change our mind or change direction or whatever
and
it is.
Also, I'm in this mindset of, I've been hearing this lately. I'm sure you guys have been seeing it on socials too, of like, announce arrivals, right?
Yeah.
We don't announce plans, we announce arrivals.
Exactly.
And I like, as an oversharer in recovery, it's really hard for me to adopt that mentality. So for once in my life, I think I'm going to go ahead and choose the option to shut the fuck up. And that's good for me.
We did that for the podcast, though. We didn't really talk about it until the day we announced it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm so on that train of like, don't talk about things until they're already done. The evil eye is real, y'all. But yeah, so that's our major announcement, is that we are switching formats for now. It just works better for both of our lifestyles. We're in the trenches. We're getting shit done. And so while we would love for this to be the full-time gig and the main focus, it just is not in our lives right now. As much as I love it and want it to nurture and grow, and we're still definitely dedicated to that. Just right now for the scheduling of it all, I think that it's going to be best, at least maybe this year. Who knows? We don't know what's going to change or happen. But for now, switching to that every other week format.
It's going to provide us extra time to really dive deep into every single episode that we are going to release. And it's going to allow us for more time to throw in some of the more lighthearted pop culture fun things that could be kind of maybe squeezed in there, like Christina said, as bonus when something is happening in the world, or if it's a pop culture canon event that must be talked about on the Green Velvet Couch, we will absolutely be doing that. So everything is fluid. We move through all of these things with flow. And so we'll miss you every single week, but we'll still see you twice a week.
Yes.
And I think that'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that is our announcement.
This lemonade is absolutely delicious.
Wanna be starting something. It is really good.
It's not too sour, not too sweet.
I'm feeling quenched, so it's really coming through.
Yeah, I appreciate it. The sweetness from the honey is a really nice touch.
Mm-hmm.
So I do appreciate that. We have a couple of things to recap. Obviously, at the time that you're listening to this, it would have been a whole pretty much month that has transpired since we're recapping all of this. But we didn't have an opportunity to chat about it in any of the previous episodes.
Right.
So we're going to chat about it now.
Business. Yeah.
Business and Black History Month.
We had already planned for this episode to be a episode where we talk about art or going to a museum, something educational for Black History Month. So unfortunately, all the things that we did, even though it was a month ago, we had to wait to talk about until now. But I guess let's just go through the weekend, and then we can maybe end on the museum.
Absolutely. Yeah. I know, because we have some stories, even just from the one night. LA can bring stories if you're there for like 1 hour or 12 or 10 years.
You know what this episode is giving?
Mm-hmm.
The Teco Beso blue balls.
It totally is.
It's been almost a month, or not a month. Wow. It's been almost a year since then.
I know.
And it's going to be kind of that same style of episode. So
it is. If you've not listened to, if you have no idea what we're talking about, that was so early on in our
I think it was
episodes.
like episode 4.
Yeah. 4 or 5 or something around there. And we tell a story about going to see Hasan Minhaj in San Diego and what that journey was like, and trying to go out in your 30s as single people is just, it's like, it's just a mess everywhere. It's like, it's a mess outside. It's a mess on the apps. So that was a fun episode. You guys should go listen back to that one. But that definitely is giving this energy is this. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So first of all, we went for several different reasons. When we have to go to LA, it's like, what else can we do?
What can we pack in this bitch?
What can we pack in this bitch to make the trip worth it? And we're not far enough away for us to not come back the same night, but it's far enough away for it to be an inconvenience, especially if you're going to be out all day and doing things all day, which we were. So as most of us know who are in the world, Zayn postponed his LA shows from what I believe to be October to January. And so we were like, okay, January, it's a Tuesday.
Wasn't it?
It was late October. I think
it was.
We were supposed to go late October.
For some reason, I thought it was December, like beginning of December.
No, because we were like, there's no way he's going to do his shows after Lima.
After Lima. Yeah. So he did postpone the show. So we had the tickets for a long time, and we were just, patiently waiting, a little nervous, some fingers crossed.
All the toes were crossed.
Yeah. And so because of that, I just didn't really allow myself to get into the headspace of like, I'm seeing Zayn.
Me either.
Because I didn't want to be disappointed if it didn't happen.
I had to stay very neutral.
I would have
up until the moments I walked through the doors of the shrine. I was still kind of like, it may not happen.
It's not going to happen today, girls. Yeah. I still, I was thinking about that today, when I was getting ready to film this. I'm like, I still don't even know what to say because I still just don't even, I wasn't really there.
I'm the same. I do know.
It was the first time in a long time. Usually when I know I'm going to a concert, it's weeks of me getting really, really excited for it. Yeah. And the build up, going to Renaissance tour. Weeks and weeks and weeks of that was all that I listened to. I had my outfit planned, ready to go.
Yeah. Her and I were at the Nordstrom Rack the night before. We needed to find something. We need to get a dress. How about this? Does this work? Oh yeah, that totally works. You can wear that with this and you can wear that with this.
Yeah.
and doing the online ordering last minute. Like that's not us
Yeah.
usually, but I think it was because of that reason. It's like that we didn't want to get too hyped around it because, and we respect this about Zayn completely, is that he has the right to say when he's going to do a show and when he's not going to do a show.
Yeah.
And so since we know that about him,
Yeah. In fact, he had to cancel the last LA show.
he didn't indeed. To be fair though, it's like 3 shows in LA at the same venue. Like all of you guys are going to every single night. Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
Like, let's be truthful about the situation.
There
And I
were a
am sorry
few.
to the fans who
Yeah.
booked the 3rd night and didn't go see him the first 2 nights.
Yeah.
I think
he
there were.
added that one because the first 2 sold out so quickly.
Yeah.
So there were some people who I saw were like flying from different states and stuff. Like I get it.
Oh, I didn't see
didn't-
that.
Yeah. Like he
Okay.
didn't go a lot of places. It wasn't like a full-fledged like
It wasn't.
multiple city tour. So I get it. I do. But also, yeah, 3
have
nights
to
in
know
a
our-
row
we have to
singing
know our
like an
mans.
angel.
We have to know our mans. And at the end of the day, it's like what he's going to do is take care of himself because he understands what it feels like to not.
Yeah.
And we just got to honor that.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely very much like, I don't think that myself, like was in my body.
Yeah.
I kind of have glimpses of that, but it feels kind of like a fever dream.
Yeah.
It feels like, oh, that was a really cool dream. I hope I get to do that one day.
Right.
I don't really feel like I
Right.
experienced that.
And I think something else that added to it, which I'm totally fine with our decision. In fact, I'm overjoyed. But another thing that added to that feeling of like, oh, I wasn't really there, is that we weren't close.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes when you're at a concert and you get really close to the artist, you're like, oh shit, they're right there.
Yeah.
I'm here. Like we're looking at each other.
Yeah. It's
So-
more of an exchange of energy.
Yeah. If you guys know about the shrine, you know how much it is loathed.
It's honestly a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
Like, could we get some, like, even if you kept it at that venue, could we just get some, like, bleacher seating in the back? Like, that would be
Yeah.
sick. You know what I mean?
I was
Like,
watching.
could we just get, like, an elevated moment?
Yeah. I was even thinking like they should like make halls like that where there's like a slight
Yeah.
incline in the floor.
Yes.
Like build that shit into the venue.
Yes.
Because if you're in the back,
Most places are like that. When you
he
go
was
to
a little
it's,
Polly Pocket.
it's a, like, a theater, like an amphitheater moment.
Yeah.
Give me an incline.
Right. I was watching Charlie XCX was on Emma Chamberlain's podcast and she was talking about, you know, all the shows that she has been to in LA and she's like, just the shrine auditorium. Like, can we not get an option to sit? And I was like, yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Thank you, Charlotte.
And then even going upstairs was like a tragedy because it's like, first of all, they block off half of the upstairs for VIP. And
there were no VIPs there that night.
Not really.
The following night, Billie and Louis both went.
I saw that. That was really cute.
It was
Yeah.
very cute.
So I guess to clarify, we went to the first show.
Yes.
And that was really good. I think we'll start to remember more about the show and include that later on. But earlier in the day, which honestly is another thing that might speak to us not being able to be as present, is that we booked a session with last week's guest, Shantani, and it was amazing. But we decided to do that the same day of the concert.
Right.
And so it was amazing. And the session was incredible and it was necessary.
Right. As you guys know from our full recap last week.
But it was like to do it the same day as the
Yeah.
concert was a choice.
Yeah.
It was still cool, but then like always, running around.
Right. In
takes us
hindsight.
45 minutes to get from Culver to downtown.
Right. In hindsight, had I known the depths of the work that we were going to do with Shantani, I would have
could you?
suggested that we went to see Shantani the next morning and did the museum the day of
A
Zayn.
flip-flop.
Flip-flopped it.
A flip-flop would have been good.
Switch it and reverse it. Everything was meant to be the way it was meant to be.
I agree.
Yeah. It also like worked out that she was not drinking. I was going to take shrooms for Zayn, which I think would have been a really cool experience. And Shantani was like, I mean, as a practitioner, I'm supposed to tell you do whatever you want. As your friend, don't do that.
Well, it was exactly like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a plan to be in a different mindset for Zayn that probably would have made me feel like I was floating on fucking clouds. But it just wasn't the experience that was meant to be. So we rocked out in the back, and it was really fun.
Mm-hmm. We definitely tried. We tried to see like if we could get around.
No.
You know, if we could squeeze in through here, squeeze in through there. But it's like at the end of the day, people were getting pulled out of the crowd. People were talking about how they had really bad experiences because of poor concert etiquette, and no one knows how to behave at a concert anymore, and no one knows how to give anyone personal space. And I'm like, you know what? That's why I was back here.
Right.
Because I was not hot. Okay.
Right.
I did not faint.
Which is what I was going to say. We looked hot. So I was like, I will be damned if I go up into that crowd and I sweat all my makeup off.
Right.
And I feel disgusting.
Correct.
And I'm looking at Zayn and I just have like mascara running down my face, you know? Like I will be damned before that happens. So I'm like, I'd rather just be back here.
Exactly. And before the concert, we had a really good dinner too. I was very surprised with our dinner. It was at Joey DTLA and all good. You know, we love a starter up in this bitch. So of course we had to get the truffle fries.
Yes.
It was a truffle fry moment.
You know that I be loving the mushrooms.
And then we shared a butter chicken. Ugh. And the ahi tuna. I think I'm hungry. The ahi tuna bowl. Ooh.
That butter chicken I've been dreaming about.
It was good as fuck.
I think I actually had a dream the other day that I like made curry.
Okay. I love that. I think there's a new Indian place that opened up in Marietta. We should go.
We should go.
Shouts out.
But yeah, he played mostly the songs from the new album, which a few little throwbacks here and there. He played your song. He played my song.
He did.
We had a moment.
Yeah. It was good.
It was very good.
I love that actually that he closed. I didn't look at the set list. When I tell you guys, no preparation, I fucking didn't do anything. I am a person to be like deeply disappointed when things don't go as planned, especially for it being him. It's like a person who you just have to see.
Yeah.
You know? You just have like when you have the opportunity, you just have to go see him.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, no set list. It's like I was looking at some of the, like the Daddy's Home trending videos, but that was it. It wasn't really ruining anything for me. I didn't know. So for those of you who don't know, my favorite song off this new album is Gates of Hell, which you actually would know that if you follow us on our TikTok. But that he closes with that song. And I was like, honestly, I kind of fuck with that vibe.
Yeah. Which also tied into your experience with Shantani.
It really did.
There were a lot of full circle circling.
It was connections were connecting.
Yeah.
The dots were dotting. It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah. He played Ignorance is Bliss, and I literally let out a guttural moan in the middle of the shrine. Like threw back my head. And I was like,
you were like,
oh, yes. So yeah, walked away happy. I am that kind of person. I'm very OCD in that way. Like I need to know the set list. I don't know what it is. Like I need to know every song you're playing beforehand. Maybe so that I don't get disappointed when you don't play my favorite song. Yeah. Because what if I had gone in there not knowing he was going to play Ignorance is Bliss and then he didn't, and then I'm like,
right. It's like you can't have
I can prepare myself.
You can't have the hope.
Yeah.
Y'all, my knee hurt so bad. Story time. I don't know when I became such like a clumsy person. I'm not usually, but it's always like stupid, like I don't want to say freak accidents, but like things that could actually impair me. I was at work the other day and I went to go sit down, and for whatever stupid effing reason, it's like a long countertop style desk.
Yeah.
And so I think it used to have computers.
Oh.
So underneath are like these little tracks to where I think it was like a pull out drawer for like a keyboard.
Oh.
And they're not removed, but there's nothing else there that would indicate that used to be computers.
Right.
Right. The shelf is obviously not there for you to pull it out. It's just the wire piece, the slider thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm like trying to scoot myself in, and as I do that, my knee goes right into the corner of the metal thing. Ouch. And it cut me through my jeans. It didn't rip my jeans, but I got a cut.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's weird.
And I was stupid, and my knee hurts now, and that's why I'm like rubbing on my knee. I'm like, why didn't you guys take this out? This is terrifying. It's like fucking, I felt like it was Final Destination style.
But yeah, it was a very, very lovely time. He, of course, is an adorable sunshine baby angel of a human. And of course I knew that before, but if you were around during the One Direction times, like when they would be at concerts, like he just wouldn't really speak. So you didn't really get much from him. This was perfect because we just got an hour and a half of just him.
Yeah. It was really good. It was really good. And it was sweet, and it was like perfectly him.
It was very sincere.
And I really liked that he had the opportunity to finally choose everything that he wanted without for other inputs, because that's really hard.
Yeah, especially when their taste is very different from yours.
Right. And so those things are always going to outweigh, or like even management might say, well, that's not going to sell to your audience, or blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, what's going to sell is me. You know, if they care about me, then it should.
Yeah.
And so everything from like the lighting design to who he picks as his band members. There was one of the background singers with like hair past her ass cheeks, like just dancing the whole time. She was a whole ass vibe. She played the tambourine, I think, for a couple songs too.
So joyful.
Yes. I loved her. I loved everything. Honestly, I loved his cup of tea.
I loved staging.
Yes, the trees with the lights. Oh, you're fucking kidding me. I just felt like, I think I told you at the show, it's like I feel like I'm in his backyard.
Yeah,
It definitely gave like backyard vibes. Like, come over, we're gonna chill, we're gonna hang out, we're gonna have a couple of drinks. If you got a drink, throw it back right now. If you've got a drink, toss it back.
Obviously, because he hasn't toured in 10 years, it's like he's a little bit rusty. Not that it was ever awkward. For me, it was very, very endearing, because after every single song, he'd be like, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. You guys are loud.
Loudest crowd so far.
And I'm not just saying that. I'm like, okay. Honey.
Yeah. You like that one?
I think I told you that too. I was like, if he asks me if I like that one more time, I'm going to lose
Literally
it.
strip.
Delayer. I'm going to delayer all my layers.
I'm going to get dragged out of this exposition hall.
Yeah.
Naked.
Yeah. Don't ask me if I like something. Stop asking me that in your voice.
I paid $200 to be here, Zayn Thew.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Listen, Javad Zayn Malik. I paid lots of money to be here, so yes, I like it.
I, in fact, love it.
I, in fact, do want to sweat. And
not
because I'm going to pass out from the crowd.
Girl, when we tell you, it was like probably, if not every song, every other song, where someone was like flashing their iPhone flashlight for security to come and get them.
Yeah.
I'm like,
y'all
bitches.
Before he went on, they were carrying bitches out.
Yeah. I'm like, imagine waiting all day and being carried out just before the show started because you lost your fucking consciousness.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Couldn't
not.
be me.
Never.
So we were in the back. We got some lovely, lovely
yeah,
bracelets from this
worn
girl.
them.
We will. I know we should have. Mine's my room. But we have like footage from the whole week that we're going to put together and make a little real day in the life vlog on our probably Instagram and TikTok. So if you guys want to follow along and see visually what we did, you can go check us out on Instagram. We'll post it. But yeah, I mean, all I have to say about Zayn, and it was absolutely lovely, absolutely what I dreamed of. And I hope that he had a good time, and I hope that he decides to tour again in whatever capacity he wants.
Yeah, I would love a San Diego date. I think he would fuck with San Diego so heavy.
It's just it's so peaceful.
It is.
You guys, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I don't want to alienate any of our LA listeners. I don't fuck with LA. It's just not, energetically, LA is not the place for me.
And that's true for a lot of people. And it's the opposite for so many.
Yeah.
And I know that to be true.
Yeah.
Two truths can exist at once.
Yeah. It's just not for me. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't bring me joy. That's really what it is. Being in LA doesn't bring me joy.
I can understand it. There's a lot of different things that have happened over, you know, the decades that it has been the Los Angeles that it has been, and certain things that are happening even now, and just the divide, the gaps that we experience. It's heavy energetically. So I think people who are even from LA understand that truth. And I think a lot of the energy that LA can sometimes have, depending on where you are, in which area, in which town.
Right.
A lot of that energy comes from people who are not from there. And so I don't think you're alienating anyone. I think that's your truth. That's how you feel about it.
Yeah.
And we were in downtown, y'all. Like,
that's true. That added to it.
That's it, really. It's like even the hotel. First of all,
the free hand.
The free hand was cute. We didn't get to see Broken Shaker because they closed early, obviously, because it was dead ass in the middle of winter. So no, a rooftop bar is not going to be open.
And the concert was on a Tuesday. You know, when we had originally planned the trip, we were thinking like, oh, let's stay at the Freehand because they have a bar on top. So that way we don't have to search for something to do after Zayn. We can just go back to the hotel, maybe change if we want to change, go up to the Broken Shaker for an hour, go to bed.
Yeah.
But our plans got foiled because the Broken Shaker was closed. It said 12 a.m. every day, and that's a damn lie because they closed at 10:30.
They did.
So we tried.
We did. And I had been there before, and it's cute. It's quaint. It's like very small. Yeah. I wouldn't have gotten a drink anyway because I wasn't drinking at that time. So it would just been fun to like look at and hang out. Maybe have like a hot tea or something. That would have been cool.
Right.
But I'm proud of us that we didn't like try still to go somewhere else.
And because we had gone to see Shantani before, it was like I was tired.
Didn't have good sleep the night before.
I didn't have good the 2 or 3 nights before I didn't have good sleep, so I was tired.
Yeah.
I had been dog sitting the week before, so I was waking up at 6-7 a.m. letting dogs out.
Yeah.
The morning that we left, I got woken up at like 6:30 in the morning, you know, so it's like I just was already tired, plus the day was Shantani, plus we were gallivanting all day.
And the next morning we had to be up early.
Yeah, so it honestly was for the best that we went to sleep.
It was.
But overall, a lovely, lovely time, as we always have.
Yeah. Our breakfast at Freehand was interesting. It was like a little like walk up. It was still in the lobby, but it was like a walk up window.
Yeah. Being at Freehand was interesting.
A 12 ounce. I'm not lying to you. The coffee was this big, like a 12 ounce iced coffee, and a breakfast item was $27.
Yeah.
Each.
A very mediocre breakfast item at that.
Right. It was decent, but it wasn't like.
I just had a breakfast burrito.
I mean, $30 for just me to eat breakfast? I don't know. Like,
yeah. Also, we both have a hot take. We feel like if at a restaurant and you do not, like, I don't eat red meat, right? So a lot of the time breakfast is hard because a lot of breakfast foods are like chorizo, ham, bacon, like, you know, and it comes with it. But I always ask for it without. Do you feel like if you don't eat meat and you take meat out of whatever you're having, that they should take money off?
Well, I do.
Or they should give you a substitution for free?
Which really isn't free.
Because
it's just already built into the cost. Because you're not giving me the bacon. Instead, you're giving me the $4 avocado.
Yeah. But
so she wanted avocado.
And I got it. Because I was like, I will be damned.
Right.
I need something in here besides eggs and hash browns.
Right. Yeah. Where's your healthy fats?
Yeah.
Where's your omegas?
Yeah.
So it's like, she's like, take the bacon out, but can you just sub it for the avocado? Because then I'm still paying $14 for the burrito. He's like, no, the burrito's $14 whether you want the bacon or not, right?
Yeah.
And also $4 $4 for the avocado. And it took 25 minutes.
We were sitting there a very long periodically time. I was getting hangry.
Yeah. She was like, I was halfway done with my English muffin.
I think you were pretty much done.
Yeah. I was like, where's your burrito?
Yeah. How long does it take to make a burrito? I don't know. I digress.
It was a time. Freehand was so interesting. I told her not to look up the history, and I'm so glad it was like not anything bad. Mm-hmm. But like the energies were off. It was a 100-year-old building that had been renovated.
Yeah, it was built in 1924, and it was like a trade building. So there was nothing inherently spooky dukes, but it's like you never know if people have died in there before, you know.
Yeah,
100-year-old building, like I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that someone's probably died there before.
Yeah,
or something energetically dark has happened there.
Yeah, the smells were smelling a little.
Yeah,
a lot.
Yeah, it was.
I would love to have like, how do you say, como se dice,
a ghost busting moment?
Not a ghost busting, but like, how do you? Oh my god, I just had it. Is it a pee? Yeah.
An exorcism?
No, I don't need an exorcism.
What are you saying? To like banish spirits?
No. Someone who is well versed.
A psychic?
Kind of, yes, but I'm thinking of another word. Oh, it's gonna bother me. A ghost hunter.
Oh, yeah.
They're called something. Paranormal investigator.
Oh, duh.
See? Thanks. P. Well, I know it wasn't a duh for me because I couldn't. Paranormal. I'm like, pa. paranormal
Okay.
expert
Yeah.
to let me know what does it mean when I'm smelling smells, because I know sometimes that'll mean a thing.
I know, but it also could have just been like really old pipes because it smelled like sulfur in there, you guys. It smelled like eggs and shit.
Eggs and shit. Yeah, but
that's the title of the episode.
but I didn't smell it until a few hours when we were in there. But you told me you smelled it right away.
Yeah.
And then when we went up to the roof, I did not like that elevator trip up to the roof.
Yeah, it was very eerie overall. And then when we were leaving the Freehand the next morning, there was an unhoused man on the sidewalk across the street. He was sitting on the stairs of a building. And there was like was he a cop or like a security guard on a bike?
It was kind of like street enforcement.
Yeah, was like trying to get him to move and literally like was not trying anything else. Was just like, hey, sir, man, hey, sir,
man.
you're gonna have to get up.
Wake up. Hello? Are you awake?
And was just like going like this to his shoulder.
This man is completely nodded out. Like,
and I'm like, you've been trying the same thing for 10 minutes. Like, it's obviously not working.
Change the method.
And I just literally was across the street staring at him. I'm like, can you please leave him alone? I don't know. Yeah. I don't like when law enforcement of any kind is like bothering the unhoused. Like, if they're not like causing a scene, you know, disorderly contact, walking around naked.
The building, the stoop that he was on, I think the building may have called for a welfare check. If he was nodding out that hard. Yeah. That man could not hear anything. So,
yeah. I honestly think he was ignoring him because when you were inside getting the little cart, he was upright and talking and stuff. And then as soon as the security guy came by, then all of a sudden he put his head down.
Oh, okay.
And wasn't responding to him.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Interesting. I kind of respect that choice.
I would do that too. Like, leave me the fuck alone.
Honestly, I'm fine right here. I just needed to have a sit. Like,
I plead the fifth.
Yeah.
I don't need to speak to you.
Yeah.
Don't chat to me.
I don't even think they're like, you know how some law enforcement, like actual police officers are on bikes? I don't even think it was that. I think that it was like DTLA, kind of like city official enforcement situation. Yeah. It had been a while since I had been in LA, y'all, especially downtown. Like, it had been a very, very hot minute since I had been in downtown.
Yeah.
And so it was just
a decade for me.
Yeah, it was like a lot to take in energetically for sure.
Yeah.
I just can't believe how much we used to fuck about in that whole area.
Yeah.
We really did.
But we weren't really there though. We would usually go to like West Hollywood, let's be real.
West Hollywood, but yeah, we would still sleep there, and
right.
We would walk to the Whole Foods, we would walk to the Starbucks.
Yeah.
I would park my car in that fucking crazy ass, weird ass parking garage.
The Fry place.
Fry Madness.
The time we went, where was that
Not
Beyonce
too much on my girl.
thing? That time we went to the Beyonce thing and fought that man.
Oh, that was in downtown because that was right by Fry Madness.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm forgetting every single thing after it comes to my mind.
If we walked past it, I would know which place it was. I just don't remember the name of it.
It used to be a bank.
Yeah.
If we're from LA, you'll know.
And obviously like the Novo and stuff like that. We would go down there.
Yeah, LA Live doesn't count.
Right.
LA Live is like an anomaly in the middle of craziness.
Yeah. But yeah, it was good to be down there. And then, which leads us to, because now we're 48 minutes in.
What? Us?
Us speaking for a long time.
We don't talking a lot?
Yeah. So after breakfast, we had originally pre-planned, again, going back to like we pack shit in when we're going to LA. We had pre-planned to go to the
California African American Museum, CAAM.
Yes. And when I looked it up online, they had said that there were a lot of exhibits open. And I was like, oh, yay, look, there's this and there's this and there's that, whatever. I was very, very excited, which I still did have a nice time. But we get there and all of the exhibits are under construction except for 2. So we were going to originally do an entire episode just on this, kind of like we did for the Cheech Museum. But we're just going to do a little short little recap so that you guys can hear about our time. But we don't have a ton to tell you because we only went to 2 exhibits. The first exhibit was just on George Washington Carver, who had, I didn't realize all of the contributions that he had made, not just with peanuts.
Ridiculous.
I've always known him as the peanut guy. So it was nice to learn more about him. And then there was another exhibit about Black agriculture in California, which I really appreciated.
Which was amazing. And it talked about how you know, obviously the westward movement, if we're going to get historical on your ass, the westward movement just so happened so that a lot of Black people ancestrally didn't make it out to the West Coast until many, many, many decades later. And so we learned about this man who built up generations of Black farmers in the LA area. And he goes by the name of John Ballard.
And I had heard about the Ballard family, but I guess I just didn't know how deep the roots went.
Yes. And they had to like rename a whole mountain because it was a derogatory term being used to name that mountain. And
It was
just,
the N-word, y'all.
It was.
It was the
hard
N-word
R.
mountain. Hard R.
And the other thing that we learned in that small exhibit, that was the smaller of the two that we saw, was that one of the first hotels ever in Southern California was in Julian, which, if you know, that's technically in San Diego County. And it was called Hotel Robinson, and it was completely Black owned and ran. And so I would love to go.
Yeah. That'd
First
be
of all,
really fun.
I need a mom's apple pie. We have to go back to Julian Farm Orchard, or remember where we went for the hayride?
Yes.
Because they're daffodils.
We do need to go on a different season.
Yeah, their daffodils are ready to be picked right now.
Yeah.
And so we can go pick some and
Yeah.
have a little girl day.
We went last year, and it was kind of in between, actually 2023, and it was in between apple season and pumpkin season, remember?
Yeah.
So
Mostly
we didn't
everything
really get
was kind
to,
of,
yeah.
it was very much approaching the winters.
Yes, yeah. So it was still really fun, but we want to go at another time so we can enjoy more of Julian. But yeah, I really did like the exhibit. I love learning about agriculture. It's not something that I'm very well versed in, even though I come from a family of farmers. But
Your farm was taken from you. Your farm was ripped out from under your feet.
it really was.
Let's talk about it. Lots to learn for sure. I will get into like the technically is an exhibition, but it's hard to see that that's so because it's kind of just all throughout on the walls. Tatiana Fazlalizadeh. And I hope that was even a little bit close. Oh my gosh. Fazlalizadeh. I think so. Her exhibition is called Speaking to Falling Seeds. And you guys, literally floor to nearly ceiling, like huge drawings. And just a little bit about Tatiana. She's Brooklyn based, and she presented a series of portraits of Black Angelinos that are wheat pasted. Any art heads, if you guys know what that means, could you please Spotify comment me and tell me what wheat pasted means? They are wheat pasted across the atrium's monumental walls, based on the photographs and conversations that took place this spring, as in last spring, while the artist was living there in LA. Even though she's Brooklyn based, she lived in LA for some time. And the portraits ask how safety is inferred, built, and felt for the city's Black residents.
Yeah.
So that was gorgeous. All the drawings, I think, were pretty much done in pencil or charcoal.
Yeah, they were very, very detailed.
I love a sketch.
We do.
The one I'm really sad that we were like a few days shy of missing was this film by Daryl Oluke. It's called Keeping Time. He is an artist and filmmaker born and based in South LA. And the film ruminates on the Pan-African People's Orchestra, also known as the ARC, an avant-garde jazz group from South Central LA, active since 1961, defined by its malleability and its musicians' allegiance to pure and nuanced jazz forms as established by its founder, late composer and pianist Horace Tapscott. So we didn't get to see it. It was being built. They had like paint and everything. I wanted to like peek in there so bad. I wanted to be a little rebellious, but also respectful of the exhibition, so I didn't do that. We missed it, but what's cool is that the CAAM website linked a Spotify playlist that Daryl put together for us to listen to, and I thought that was very sweet, and we will link that in the show notes.
Yeah.
It literally just started February 4th,
Yeah.
so you have several months.
Go. Yeah, when I was looking at the website, they keep all of their exhibitions up for like 6 months or so.
And Tatiana's will be for a full year.
Yeah, until August 3rd. That one I know to be true. what I really appreciate about the CAAM is that it is free entry. You just have to pay for the parking. So it's like 6 of one, half
Yeah,
dozen
but
of
also
another.
the science museum is there too.
That's true.
So you could
things.
hit him up.
When we went, the science museum was closed because they're building. Or
Oh
was
my
that the space
gosh.
museum?
Space museum or science? It's one of the two. But they were building a huge dome looking thing. And she was like, yeah, it looks like a rocket would go in there. And indeed, it was for a fucking rocket. They're going to like bring an old rocket in there.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. We have some footage of all of that we're going to be sharing with you guys. And it was a good time.
Yeah. We can go into George Washington Carver. What was really cool is that I loved that it displayed a masculine figure in softness. He was a very, I wouldn't even say necessarily feminine, but going back to Sequoia's episode, he liked what he liked. And he was so smart and so good with plants from a very young age. And because of that, it was nurtured in him by one of his, what we would call now like a foster family almost. And yeah, it was nurtured by a woman that he lived with, helped raise him. And he was heavily educated. Like went to school for like 20 years.
Yeah.
In today's world, like he probably would have had, if there was past a doctorate, he would have had that.
Yeah. He did so much with not only botany, but he was a multi-potentialite himself.
Hell yeah.
There was a little video of him like crocheting and him being taught how to crochet. And I just love like,
out of natural materials.
yes. Oh my gosh, it was so cool. I think I took the most pictures of that exhibit because number one, it was the biggest one.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just his works. It was a lot of people who have been influenced by him. So a lot of artists born in the early and late 80s. I loved I forget her name, but she did lamps, and the base of the lamp was like a bust of a person, and those were photographed,
Yeah.
and we'll be sharing those as well. And I liked the color swatches. So colors found in like the soil of Alabama, colors found in the soil of Georgia, just
That was one of my
found
favorites as
in
well.
nature. Like I think that he was so enthralled by this idea that we are supposed to coexist with nature and that we're supposed to honor and respect it. And he took that and was like, not only do I believe that, I'm going to show you that it's true with science.
Yeah.
He was kind of a badass.
Blend. Yeah. He really was the original plant daddy. He is the father of sustainability. He was like, listen, bitches,
Yeah.
I'm going to show you how to take peanut oil and hemp grass and all these things and teach you how to make modern inventions that make your life easier.
Yeah.
He was the inventor of life hacks. He would have loved Instagram life hacks.
Right. He would be up in that bitch.
He would.
He'd be like, let me show you how you can get some medicinal healing going on here.
Yeah.
With some shit that you should have in your backyard.
Very cultural. It really did make me feel, even though he himself was born and raised in the United States, his parents were slaves. And so it did really make me feel connected to Africa through the work that he did and through the different agriculture, botany. He even was into mycology, which I fuck with a bitch who loves some mycology. You know?
Surprise, surprise, y'all. That is the study of mushrooms, if you don't know. I feel like
What?
if you're someone who's been listening since pretty much day one, shouts out, love y'all.
Yeah.
You're going to have like very, very like specific ideas about us, especially if you don't know us in real life.
Right.
Like, oh, Christina, that's the mushroom girl.
Yeah.
So-
And I promise
so
you guys
who
I'm
am
not
I?
doing mushrooms all the time. I just really love mushrooms.
No,
I
it's
wanna
like
be buried.
it's a genuine interest and like love of.
It is something I want to get. Like, I want to read some mycology books. Like, I want to know more about mushrooms.
Okay.
You guys, you can now get buried in a mushroom. It's like a coffin, almost like made out of a mushroom. It's huge. And they bury you in the ground so that basically your body decomposes faster and you help the environment. And that is what I want to be buried in. Okay? Put this
Mushroom
in
coffin.
a time capsule.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to have children or not. The jury's still out. But whoever is doing my death arrangements, I want you to know that.
It's me.
Oh.
It's me.
That's assuming that I die before you. What if I don't? What if we die together?
We could die together. We're going in the same fucking mushroom coffin, I guess.
I mean, we're the same age, so like we're both gonna be elderly.
It's true.
Maybe, unless
it's true.
if I die young, bury me in mushrooms.
Please unalive that song. Bury me in mushrooms. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but that was our LA trip. So we went straight from the museum to Sip and Sonder, and we got a really cool coffee. We got a cool coffee. I think we got a really cool coffee, you guys.
It was a charcoal coffee.
It was a charcoal coffee, but it was vanilla charcoal.
Mm-hmm. A vanilla charcoal latte. It was very
really
good.
cool. It was like beautiful vibes up in there. Beautiful people as well.
Very, very much so. And they had a lot of art in there. I really want to go back and like purchase some art. We took a picture. We'll link her. It was mostly one artist that they had featured there. So you can buy from her directly if you would like to. I'll put all of the info in the show notes.
Yeah, we were going to get a shirt too, but they were all like XXL.
Yeah, they were out of a lot of stuff, which
is good.
It
Buy
is
black,
good.
baby.
It shows that their community is really supporting them.
Yeah, right in the heart of Inglewood. Honestly, around the corner from Hilltop.
Yeah.
Which we were going to go to. I was like, I was going to go to Hilltop. And as much as I love Issa Down, like, I already know when I'm going to get there. And I really enjoyed my time in Sip at Sonder.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was nice. We could sip and we could sonder.
And we did that.
We did. Yeah. We can always go back. I would love to go to Hilltop one day, but maybe like at a time where we have some more time.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It's a good place to like sit and get work done.
Yeah.
They have like a whole upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
You can enjoy like more of a meal there.
Yeah.
It's not a restaurant.
Right.
But you can sit down and get your little toast on.
Yeah, I don't want to have like a rushed situation. So I will be back. We also do want to visit Issa's restaurant, which now why is it escaping me?
Somerville and Slauson.
Somerville and Slauson.
Girl, their live music, they post who's there for their live music every day.
I love that.
And it's so like
so Issa.
So jazzy and it's so vibey.
Mm-hmm.
Their plate averages, I think, like $25 a plate though.
Really? When I was looking, it was more.
More than $25 per plate?
Uh-huh.
Christ.
There were some things that were like $40, $50, $60, depending. It was like mostly the meat.
Ew, of course he has a girlfriend. Sorry, I just got so distracted.
Who?
Jalen Hurts.
Oh, I've been knowing that.
I didn't know that.
Which kind of brings us to like the pop culture of it all. We can kind of rehab. We can recap what happened in closing of this episode. What's gone on in February in the world of pop culture and Black women, but we can allow men too.
Only some.
Only some.
Only if your name is John M. Chu.
Yeah. First of all, we can just start off. You guys, she did it. Beyonce has finally won Album of the Year and announced that she will be going on the long-awaited Cowboy Carter tour.
Ye motherfucking haw. Absolutely. Before I even knew that was going to happen, I had already ordered a pair of like light wash jeans. Are they Levi's? No. Are they Dickies? Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Everyone's going to be wearing Levi's jeans though.
I know, but I'm wearing Dickies.
Ooh, I love that. It also kind of like brings in, because I feel like Dickies are very Latina.
They are.
So it kind of brings in a splash of your culture.
It did. There used to be a whole Dickies shop down the street. And I used to be wearing Fox and DC.
Yes.
I didn't know what the fuck that meant. But I was like, everyone else is wearing it. I have to wear it too. But yeah, the whole Dickies thing. Yeah. It's kind of like how I feel about like Carhartt. Mm-hmm. Like that workwear. People were just wearing for regulars. Right. You guys don't even know what that is.
People were wearing like all the Harley Davidson. I'm like, okay, none of you have ever been on a motorcycle, but go off.
Yeah. And I think right now the new Dickies right now for Gen Alpha, and some Gen Z, I think, but mostly Gen Alpha, is Pro Shop.
What's that?
It's exactly
like not Bass Pro Shop.
No, it's just called Pro Shop, and they sell like very basics, like sweats and shorts and
cute.
Yeah.
Who's Gen Alpha? Like obviously your daughter.
Yeah, 2010 to I think 2025.
So people who are like high school and below right now. Mm-hmm. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, the Gen Zs are the new millennials.
That's crazy. I know. Somebody today at work said they were born in 2005, and I'm like, excuse me? What?
You're like, I was doing calculus, please.
Yeah. Okay, I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, the Grammys were great. I feel like
best Grammys in a long time.
This was the first time where I went to work the day after the Grammys and people were talking about the Grammys. Mm-hmm. Okay. And that has not happened in a very long time.
Right. Last year
they
was
really
good.
brought it.
Last year was good if you liked niche artists. Like I was really riding hard for Victoria Monet.
Yeah.
And so
It was good for you.
It was good for me.
Yeah. The new artist thing, I really hope that if it's as stacked of a category as it was this year, for next year, I hope that they kind of keep that same concept where it's like the performances one after the other.
I loved that. That was a really great idea.
It was really good. And it required a lot of choreography from everyone. Yeah. The artists, the crew. Yeah. Like, I love that. I love when everything looks really cohesive.
When you like almost didn't know that a performance was happening.
Yes.
That was really cool.
And you're like, oh, now it's them. Oh, now it's them. Yes. Oh, now it's him. Yeah. I liked that too.
Shout out to Krongbin.
Krongbin. Mm-hmm. I feel like they didn't get to play as much of their song as they should have.
I'm wondering if they were running late because it almost seemed like it cut from commercial break and they were already singing.
They were kind of already playing. And it's like,
were you guys just late on the scheduling here?
Right. Late to come back from commercial or something. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to them. They are a Latinx brother-sister duo from Texas and their music just slaps. It's just a whole ass vibe. You guys know Krongbin. Come
good.
On. And yeah, just a win for women. Period.
You guys, I was overcome by emotion. If you didn't notice, especially in the beginning, I was not talking very much because I was trying to not cry.
I did, but I didn't want to bring attention to it because then you would have cried more.
Well, because it started with Billie, and we know that I love Billie so much. And Birds of a Feather, I feel like, is a song that means a lot to a lot of people. Yeah. It means a lot in our friendship. Your daughter loves that song. You know, it's...
Even today came on in the car and she goes, I like this song. Just like that. Like, very like... I like this song.
Yeah. Like, people are saying that it should have won Song of the Year, and I will agree. Give Kendrick. I found out the difference between Song of the Year and Record of the Year. Record of the Year? No. Record of the Year is just the song as a whole, the production, everything. Song of the Year is more taking into account the writing. Okay. The actual lyricism, who are the writers on it, that kind of stuff, because they all win together. Record of the Year, it's the artist. Because you know how usually, like, for Song of the Year, they'll put in the credits, like, also, like, it'll put all the writers there and the producers. Whereas record is just, like, this is the package song.
That's hard. That's pen against pen. You know? And when you're talking about Kendrick, like, he's a pen master.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. People, these are people, but... people that maybe shouldn't have an opinion, people who like Drake are like, that's just so lame that like he won a Grammy on a diss track. I'm like, I honestly fuck with that.
Why would that be lame?
Because they think it shouldn't be allowed. Because it was a diss track. And it's based off a lie. I'm like, you think it's a lie? Yeah. I don't really take Kendrick as a man who's gonna lie.
Why would he lie on Drake?
Why would he lie on Drake in a song that is like the biggest song of the year?
Literally.
I don't really take him. He's a very serious guy. Like, I don't really think that he'd be like, oh, yeah, Drake's a pedophile for no reason.
Right. We all saw you at Kylie Jenner's 16th birthday party. And for what? Yeah. Nobody made that up. You could go find the pictures right now. Yeah. Everyone saw you hanging out with Millie when she was like 11.
Yeah. And she's swearing up and down that it was innocent. And her mom, too, is like has come to Drake's defense. And I'm like,
honestly, her whole family is questionable.
Giving NDA.
Yeah, and that whole family is questionable.
Yeah.
For her to be like, oh, yeah, hey, little girl, you got to be in this show. Shave your head. It's got to be a no from me. And people are saying that she got married so young so she could leave her family. Oof. And that's tea. And it's hot and it's piping.
Yeah. But yeah, basically from Billie on, I was like really trying hard not to cry. And then literally Pink Pony Club, I was really trying so hard. I don't know why I didn't just let myself cry, but that entire performance and the B-roll before where she was talking about how like she had to grow up and be her own hero because she didn't get to see anybody who was like openly queer in the media. Mm-hmm.
Her speech. Then she got us with the speech. She's like, healthcare for all. Yeah. It was such a time. It was really good. Yeah. I agreed with pretty much every single win.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm glad that Kendrick got his moment. Obviously, Beyonce deserved her moment. And then even someone at work was like, I just don't get it. I just don't get Cowboy Carter. Like, I just don't agree. It's just not like country album of the year. It's just not. I'm like, to you.
Yeah, it is to me. I mean, I don't listen to other country. So, I mean, my
It's
opinion
country
is biased,
album.
and I will say that.
It's country album of the year because, like, Beyonce has been trying to tell y'all since before Renaissance that she doesn't fit into any one genre, and that no one gets to really decide what each genre actually consists of.
Right.
Like, you are still boxing people out. So it's like, why can rap be
Right. In
Frank Ocean and Kendrick and Drake? All those are so very different artists from one another.
Right.
And they're still in what category? Rap. So let's put the fucking pieces of the puzzle together, y'all. Why do you not think it's a country album?
Why does country have to be white people talking about drinking whiskey
Yeah.
and cheating on their girlfriend? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's giving misogynist.
Why is somebody like a Morgan Wallen, who has been confirmed to be a woman beater on multiple accounts, celebrated in one of the highest charting artists of the year in the country division, yet Beyonce releases a beautiful, poetic, political country album and it's being discounted because she's Beyonce?
Because she's black and she's a woman.
I'm sorry,
because
you
she's being
guys.
told to stay in her lane. Wrong.
Black people created country. You know what it was?
Read a book.
It was slave music. It was slaves with their little banjos and instruments that they had to make because they had nothing, creating something and telling their experience. And you know what the people on the ranches said? And the townspeople? Oh, I like that. I can do that.
If you've read a book, any book,
Anyone, just
please
open.
pick one up.
Take a look.
pick
It's
it
in a
up.
book. The Reading Rainbow.
We have to talk about, we have to stop, but we have to talk about Hillman Talk University. Have you been hearing that?
No.
Hillman Talk University is a group of like black and brown women, a lot of being professors, who kind of piggybacked off of this accidental TikTok that went public, who was a professor who posted a TikTok for her class, but she didn't post it privately. So everyone was like, oh, I'm so excited to join your class. Like, it went viral.
Oh.
Yeah. And so now we have Hillman Talk University and you can enroll in a class and you can do it that way. Like, this is the thing that I love about the culture is like one thing we're going to do is come together to educate, and you have the choice to do it and you have the choice to not do it. This is a precipice. You want to be on the right side. You want to be on the wrong side. In 20 years from now, when we're in the textbooks, what is they going to say next to your picture? That's what I'm thinking about. Are they going to say, oh, this was a hateful, spiteful person who stole and was a racist and spread hate and spread lies about marginalized groups? Who are you going to be? Who are you going to be?
Yeah. Yeah.
And rant.
It was also very poetic. That's really what got me. I started crying before they even announced the other nominees in the category, because as soon as Taylor Swift stepped on that stage, I'm like, I know what they're doing. I know what they're doing. They're doing a full circle moment. I clocked that so far away. I'm like, why is Taylor Swift announcing this album? Oh, because Beyonce's going to win. And I literally immediately started crying. You looked at me and I already had tears streaming down my face. And I'm like, I know it's I didn't want to say it because I want to ruin it. But I'm like, I know it's going to be Beyonce. And it was.
Why? What is the full circle? Remind me. Is it because she announced Taylor?
Well, the whole Kanye thing.
Oh.
When Taylor won.
Yeah.
And
That's right.
Kanye was like, Beyonce, the best album, blah, 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 blah. And that's always, and then it started this whole hate train and this whole like Taylor Swift like becoming the victim train thing.
Yeah.
And it kind of like launched Taylor into the like level that she is.
Really?
Because it was a Taylor against Kanye, Taylor against Kim thing for so long.
Right.
All because she like basically clout rode on the back of like Beyonce supposed to have won that award. And she won instead.
Right.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
And don't even get me started with Kanye and his wife showing up naked. Yeah, there's a clip of him bullying Kim Kardashian for wearing a corset to the Met Gala. And yet he brings his little girlfriend around and she's literally naked. You guys, I saw her fucking vulva. Her areolas and her vulva.
There's so much commentary about her looking like scared. I don't know if it was like part of the bit or whatever. Because I know she walks around like scantily clad. Yeah. Most places that they go.
Right. And deer in the headlights. But this is like at a public event.
Yeah. That you were not invited to. embarrassing.
Yeah.
Nobody invited you, Kanye, let alone your wife, and you decided I'm gonna go anyway, and I'm gonna take my wife, and she's gonna be naked.
Yeah.
Like, this public shaming thing is just weird. Then he had a Super Bowl commercial, and I'm like, why?
Dude,
like, why
yeah.
are we allowing this still? Anyway, it's been a time. But yeah, we
been a
thoroughly
time.
enjoyed the Grammys. We thoroughly enjoyed our time seeing Zayn.
Yeah.
And
I thoroughly enjoyed
museums.
Black History Month. We're carrying it on all year. I'm going to continue to buy from Black brands. I'm going to continue to use my voice. I'm going to continue to rest.
Amen.
Because I think you had posted something about like Black women done warned y'all and you still didn't listen. And so now I'm not digging you out of this hole and I'm going to go to sleep.
I said for all Black women, sit down. I told you they told you. That's what I said. I told you that they told you this would happen. So now it's your responsibility. This is your problem, not theirs. Okay? All the signs were there. The signs were signing. Okay? Black women have showed up and showed out time and time and time and time and again. And you want to sit there and be like, but what now? And I'm scared and I didn't know all this was going to happen and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, tough motherfucking shit.
Yeah, that's all I got for you guys.
Me too.
We had a great time. It is getting late on this side, but we thought it was important to just have a little chat-see and chill with you guys.
A chat and chill.
A chat and chill. Let us know how your Black History Month went. Did you find any cool brands that you want to share? Comment in the Spotify, the YouTubes. Let us know on Instagram.
Can you let us know if anyone does like organization? Not necessarily like someone who's an organizer, but like, can you find someone who sells
like a crate and barrel
like
type of vibe?
Like a container store?
Yes.
Yeah.
Organization tools, like what we would normally have bought on Amazon and now can't.
Yeah.
I love that.
And we're still boycotting Target. Okay.
Yeah. Target, Walmart, Amazon. Let's start there. Those
McDonald's. I think a lot of people never went back to Starbucks. I personally did go back to Starbucks.
I will say that, yeah.
But I've not since. So
that's good.
It's just such a love-hate.
Yeah.
I don't know where to stand with them.
Yeah.
It's like one day they're good at the good egg, one day they're the bad egg. It's very annoying.
I'm trying, when I can avoid it, I do.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm in an area where there's only a Starbucks. Or you guys, again, we live in an area where there really are only 3 choices, and that's Better Buzz, The Press, and Starbucks. And I get sick of the other 2, especially Better Buzz. The last 2 weeks I've had a lot of Better Buzz. That's the thing. Starbucks has the better coffee, and I like have
we
2
should
or
go
3
to
drinks.
you could go down that way toward Butterfield, and there's
Crave
the Grind.
Temecula Grind.
Temecula Grind or something, whatever it's called. Yeah. And it used to be called It's a Grind.
Yeah. I haven't been to Intaza in a while, so maybe I should break it up this week and go to Intaza.
Yeah, and they're doing cool events. We have to go back to Intaza. I need to study there. Okay.
That's really all that we got. So, share this episode with a friend if you enjoyed it, and we can't wait to talk to you next week.
We love ya.
We love ya. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's EA meeting.
If you liked this episode, please share it with a friend and leave a 5-star rating and review on Apple or Spotify. We'd love to hear from you.
You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Empaths and On Pod.
Don't forget to follow us wherever you listen to podcasts or subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell so you're the first to know when we release a new episode.
We'll meet you back here on the Green Velvet Couch next time.
Bye, feelers!